Why not now? Over the past few months, God has been doing some work within me involving who I want to be, the man I want to be, and the follower of Christ I want to be. I think that for a lot of us, we can tend to look towards the future and dream about where we want to be in the next year, several years, or even who we want to be remembered as past our lifetime. This thought causes us to think of ways to improve ourselves, whether that is physically, psychologically, or spiritually. Isn't it crazy, however, that the thought is so much easier than actually taking the step to get there? The Lord has humbled me a lot on this topic over the last few months. I can tend to dream big for what I want my future to be, but when it comes to actually taking the steps to get there, it can be a struggle sometimes. That is where I want to take our focus today to a very simple question. Why not now? For me, when I think about goals, I tend to think towards New Year's resolutions. Resolutions like, I'm going to lose 30 pounds this year, or I'm going to run every single day. Now, I don't know about you, but I think I've almost given up on the idea of New Year's resolutions because I can't keep a single one past the month of March. If that's not you, good for you. You're better than most. We use these resolutions as a way to make goals in the upcoming year for something we want to accomplish. A lot of times, like I just stated, it can be easy for us to come up with a goal but fall short when it comes to actually taking the steps to achieve them. Why is that? I think a big part is that we choose what we want now over what we want most. To achieve our goals, we have to say no to one thing and yes to the other, time and time again. You won't lose weight by fasting one day and going back to your normal diet. It takes discipline, hard work, and dedication. The tricky part about this is when we get caught in a cycle. We come up with a goal for ourselves, move in the right direction for a period of time, and at some point, we fall short. Then, all of a sudden, a goal that we made 3 years ago is still something that we're trying to get up off the ground. This is where the question, why not now, becomes so powerful. Instead of waiting for the next year, the next Monday, or some arbitrary future date to start working towards our goals, we can choose to begin right now, today, this very moment. It's easy to fall into the trap of procrastination, believing that tomorrow will somehow be different. We tell ourselves, I'll start eating healthier once this busy season at work is over, or I'll begin that Bible reading plan after my vacation. But let's be honest with ourselves. There will always be another reason to delay, another excuse to push our goals just a little further down the road. Think about it. What's holding you back from taking that first step towards becoming the person you want to be? Is it fear, comfort, the illusion that you'll have more time or motivation later? The truth is, there will never be a perfect time to start. Life will always be busy, challenges will always exist, and our own doubts will always try to creep in. Sometimes we're paralyzed by the enormity of our goals. We look at where we want to be and feel overwhelmed by the distance between our current reality and our desired destination. But here's a secret. Every great journey begins with a single step. You don't have to have it all figured out to start moving in the right direction. Consider the story of Peter walking on water in Matthew 14. When Jesus called out to him off the boat, Peter didn't wait until the sea was calm or until he fully understood how he would defy the laws of physics. He stepped out in faith right then and there. Yes, he faltered when he took his eyes off of Jesus, but the important thing is that he took that first step. But here's the beautiful thing about following Christ. He doesn't ask us to wait until we're perfect to start our journey with him. He meets us where we are, imperfections and all, and invites us to grow alongside him. So why should we treat our personal growth any differently? Think about the times in your life when you've made significant changes or achievements. Chances are they didn't happen because you waited for the perfect moment. They happened because you decided to take action even when it was difficult or inconvenient. Imagine if the disciples had said, Lord, I'll follow you, but let me just finish this one thing first. Or if they had replied, that sounds great, Jesus. I'll start living out your teachings next year. The urgency of the gospel calls us to action now, not later. In Luke 9, verses 57 through 62, Jesus encounters several would-be followers who all have reasons to delay their commitment. To one, he says, "No one who puts a hand to the plow and looks back is fit for service in the kingdom of God." This isn't meant to discourage us, but to emphasize the importance of wholehearted, immediate commitment to our calling. So I challenge you today. What's one step you can take right now towards becoming the person God is calling you to be? It doesn't have to be a grand or life-altering thing. Maybe it's spending 5 extra minutes in prayer, reaching out to that friend you've been meaning to encourage, or finally opening that Bible study you've been putting off. Remember, it's not about making drastic, unsustainable changes overnight. It's about making consistent, intentional choices that align with your values and goals. Each small decision is a building block in the foundation of the person you're becoming. And here's an encouraging thought. Every moment is an opportunity for a fresh start. You don't have to wait for a new day or a new week. If you stumble or get off track, you can choose to realign with your goals right now. God's mercies are new every morning, like said in Lamentations 3, verses 22 through 23. But I believe they're also available to us in every moment. Remember, transformation is a process. It's not about perfection, but progress. Each small step, each yes to God and no to complacency builds momentum. And before you know it, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. It's also important to surround yourself with people who support your growth and challenge you to keep moving forward. Find an accountability partner, join a small group, or share your goals with a trusted friend. Sometimes the answer to why not now is simply having someone else to encourage us and remind us of our commitment. Lastly, let's not forget the power of God's grace in this journey. We don't have to rely solely on our own strength or willpower. Paul reminds us in Philippians 2:13, "For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose." When we align our now with God's timing, we tap into a source of strength and motivation that goes beyond our capabilities. So, my friends, let's stop waiting for the perfect moment to start. Let's embrace the why not now mentality and take that first step today. Because the truth is, there's no better time to become who God created you to be than right now. The future you dream of begins with the choice you make today. So, I ask you once again, why not now?